Money! Let's talk about it.
All right, troops.
I'm not going to do what is money, because everybody knows what money is. The root of all evil. Well, we need it to have a roof over our heads, food, pay bills, etc., etc. It's also the #1 cause of most mental health problems in the world. Financial stress, debt, depression, suicide. Think about all the Netflix murder documentaries that you watch. What do most of them revolve around? Money! Money is something that, if I had the power, I would abolish it. Remove monetary value from the entire world. It is one of the biggest stressors and one of the main reasons why people don't do what they love to do. Why do you think I done 9-to-5 jobs in admin and clerical from 17 until 35 years old? Money! But never got paid enough for it because I wasn't good at it. And you know what took me to kind of shift out of the mindset of just do the job for the money, you need it to keep the roof over your head? COVID. After I lost my Aunt Gina, as you all know, I had to be removed from my family for 6 weeks. That 6 weeks gave me a lot of time to think about things. A lot of time to start thinking about not just myself, but the world in general. There had to be more to life than just working in a job that you despise and then croaking it. Sadly, that's what a lot of people do. But we also tell our kids that they can be anything that they set their minds to. How could I honestly look my boys in the eye and tell them that when I didn't set my mind to doing something that I loved? But the constant worry about money is always there. We got to have money. Well, we need money. Money is how we determine our success. Bullshit. Yes, we need money to survive, but what people seem to forget is that money is a man-made way of keeping everybody down. Money defines what class you're in, what social structure you fall under, what people you interact with. Life shouldn't be like that. We should be able to do whatever we want and what we love to do, regardless of monetary value. I know that I often joke about how I'm making more money now doing the presenting job than I was in my 9-to-5. And while that's a positive, it wasn't my sole reason for taking the job. I love the work I'm doing. Getting paid for it is a bonus, but I've been in such a better mood since I started doing something I really love. And the money is the risk to that. Work could dry up at any moment, get let go. People might not find me as engaging as they once did. Stop tuning in, and I get no money anymore. When I started out, I had to throw a lot of caution into the wind. I spent way too much, probably more than I should have, to try and make it look like I was being more successful than I actually was. I knew the success was coming, but I had to lay the groundwork. And for the first time in my entire life, I truly backed myself. I didn't think, oh, I'd like to do that, but I don't have the money to do it, and I need the money to survive. Balls to it. As long as my bills were paid, my kids had a roof over their head, and there was food on the table, that was it. A lot of people know that I once had a theatre company, and it lasted for a year. I used to tell people it was a year-long pilot to see how things would go. And in a way, it was true. But I really wanted to keep it going. So why didn't I? Money! Getting financial backing in the arts is crucial to survive. No one wanted to support me, so it folded. And now I really wish that I had just said, screw the money, let's keep going. If I'm in debt, so what? Maybe I would have reaped the rewards and got a bit further. And that's why I'm really wanting to do well with these media ventures and the opportunities that I've been given. Everybody in the entertainment industry gets royally shafted when it comes to funding. You have an original idea that you think could work? Most likely you need to fund it yourself because no one else is going to do it. And that puts so many people off before they've even begun. I would rather be broke and happy than rich and miserable. Money stops you doing what you love. I will keep saying that, and I believe it until the day I die. You can't take money with you when you die, unless you were the Egyptians. If there is something after this, I don't think the big entity up the stairs would be like, they were a horrible person, but they made a ton of money. Come on in. Heaven's waiting for you. So why should it work like that while you're still alive? I think it's why I gravitated so fondly to Star Trek as a child. In Star Trek, money didn't exist. Everybody worked to better themselves and the rest of humanity. They did what they wanted to do and they were good at it. I would much rather that my boys pursue something that they love to do and stay with us until however old they are than bust their asses in a job they hate just so they can get some money to get out the house. I know people that are like, don't abolish all money. I work hard for my money. I don't want some bum having the same as me. Legit quote I got in my socials. And that is exactly what's wrong with money. It brings out the worst side of you. You find out who a person really is when money is involved. Why do you think so many people fall out when someone dies? I was cut out of the will. Where's my money? I earned that money. I would much rather the person's company than their money any day of the week. When my aunt died, I did not care if there was a will, inheritance, whatever. I just wanted one last day with her. And I never got it. So fuck your money. Money doesn't matter to me. Money is only essential for keeping things going because we make it so. You say the world is trillions of pounds in debt? Who the fuck are we in debt to? The Martians? Money, much like everything else, burns. It's not everlasting. It shouldn't be the sole motivator of everything that we do in life. And even everything we do in death. Oh, when I die, I think I really need to get a good headstone. Oh, maybe I should get a cremation because it's cheaper. No, I can't afford a proper send-off. You'll need to go for a McDonald's instead of a steak pie. That is literally the world we are living in. All boiling down to money. So money causes a lot of mental health problems because we put so much stock in it. We let it define our lives. We let it define the choices we make. We will do something that we don't like to do for money than doing the things we love to do to make us feel better. And I've had enough of it. So I would much rather stay in debt and make sure I was doing something I love than doing the jobs I despise just so I can make a quick buck. The banks can quite frankly whistle for their money. I know some people will say that it's not so easy to just get rid of money, but is it really? I think one thing we learned from the pandemic is that we are capable of anything when push comes to shove. Because we rely so heavily on monetary value, everything has went to shit. We've had more recessions in the last 14 years than they had in about 30 before that. What are wars waged over? Money! What does power usually mean? Money! And I don't know how anybody's putting up with it, because quite frankly, I have had enough. Money divides people. It brings out the worst in people. Some people think that if you didn't get paid, then people wouldn't do the menial jobs. And maybe they have a point. But I think you'd be more likely to do a menial job every now and then if you were doing a job full-time that made you happy because you didn't have to worry about money. I hate having to ask people to go to a fundraiser for me, or sponsor me, or invest in me. It just feels like a slap in the face to all the work that I've tried to do. Sometimes I have to do it, but I really wish I didn't. Money has caused me so much anxiety, stress, depression. Even a couple of the suicide attempts made me think about money. I can't get life insurance because of my mental health, because I'm a risk of suicide, which means my family don't even have any money for when I die. And that is one of the main reasons why I really hate this concept of money. I do not want to put that pressure on my family. Stick my body in a bonfire and chuck my ashes in the ocean or something. I don't care. I just don't want them having that responsibility put on them because of my mental health. And this is probably more of a ranting video than a factual video about mental health. But the fact that I've had to do it in the first place shows that money has a massive impact on your mental health. If you have money, everything seems great. If you don't have money, people genuinely think there's no point to live. And that is heartbreaking. Who knows, maybe one day things will change, but I don't see it happening in my lifetime. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.